I have seen the Odyssey. Christopher Nolan is back, and he's promised to give us the best, most faithful adaptation of the Odyssey novel personified on screen. Everything shot practical, A-list celebs, big production budget, the great costumes, everything is present. So is the Odyssey the greatest movie of all time? It was pretty good. I have only seen this movie today, but people who got to see it early from press screenings or anything like that, really hyping this movie up, calling this a cinematic achievement. It's the best movie you've been immersed in. The IMAX 70mm is the definite way to watch this. You will have the best time ever. If you don't believe me, here are these people out.
Nolan, you cooked
the best film of the year.
Jaw open. I could not believe my eyes.
It's a masterpiece.
Crazy. 10 out of 10.
Unbelievable.
All right, let's everybody just calm the fuck down.
This movie was definitely overhyped for me, but let's get into it. Odysseus has been going on a 10-year adventure. He was lost during this adventure, and he has not reclaimed his throne in 8 years, 10 almost, leaving his wife and kid. And his kid is now grown up. He is of age to know what's going on and prepare to claim the throne if he can or wants to. But Telemachus wants answers. He wants to know what happened to his father Odysseus. So he goes on his own adventure to find his father, or find at least the truth. It sounds epic. It's cool. We see a lot of characters from the Odyssey novel brought to life on screen. They're all played by A-list actors. That's fantastic. And we're also in a world of magic, and we're going to see a lot of crazy creatures and monsters along the way. The beginning of the movie had me invested in the story, and we are finding out little by little why Odysseus left and what made him want to do that, and also what was going on during those adventures. I thought we were going to see that play out like from the beginning all the way to the end, or at least to the middle. This movie has a lot of exposition flashbacks. A lot of info dumping in these flashbacks. Some of it is good, like I wanted to know what was going on in these scenarios and what made that happen. But also, the other half of them is very boring. Nothing will be happening to these characters on screen. Or when something does happen, it's just them on the ocean, seeing how painful traveling on the ocean can be if they pissed off the Poseidon god. And they use those scenes very often in this. I know they're on an Odyssey, but come on, we did not need to have 7 scenes of
Stroke! Stroke! Stroke!
The pacing is not that kind to us in the middle of this movie. The first act and the third act are the ones where the pacing actually paces the story well and gives us stakes for these characters on a grand and emotional level. The second act is mostly flashbacks of Odysseus on his adventures. That could be cool, but you have a lot of
Stroke! Stroke! Stroke!
But I was excited to see the mystical creatures, because this is a world of magic. Let's get it on. Let's do the weird stuff, Nolan. See how you could do it. And they are used very sparingly. The Cyclops, the giants in armor, the tentacle monster from the mountain, the sea monster who makes whirlpools. It was used so sparingly. It was insane. And they're on screen. Yeah, it's practical, all right, for the most part, okay? They use a lot of camera tricks to trick the audience into seeing how this could be pulled off and without no special effects or CGI, so I give them props for that. Mostly in the Cyclops scene. But either the creature will be in the dark and we can't see them for shit, or they're just cut away because there's so many cuts in those sequences. And even the action has a ass load of shaky cam. Nolan, what is going on? You are the top dog over the directors and you can't give us a good action scene? So much shaky cam. I think it's insane and just downright hilarious that everything mystical or otherworldly about this movie will be on screen for a short time and to immediately cut back to the normie conversations the normal human characters have, because no one wants to make a serious movie. You gotta, if you want to make a serious movie, just make a different movie, different story. Why do you have to adapt this for? The cast all does an amazing job. Matt Damon as Odysseus, Tom Holland as Telemachus, Anne Hathaway as Penelope, Robert Pattinson as the bad guy. Like, there's so many great actors doing their thing in this, and I did like that. I loved it, in fact. I just think the Odyssey itself and the adventures we go on with this crew should have been handled better. Should have been handled by a person who isn't afraid of getting weird with things, because they want to take things too serious. This story needs you to do some wacky stuff. We just survived a Cyclops. Oh no, on our voyage we see a sea monster who makes a whirlpool. What do we do?
Stroke! Stroke! Stroke!
Odysseus, we must make it back home. Odysseus says we cannot piss off Poseidon. We have to make sure the gods are on our sides. There is a sequence in this movie that Nolan did amazing with, and that's this movie's horror sequence with Circe. It was downright creepy. The atmosphere was insane. The effects in that was just straight up horrifying, and I think that was amazing. The third act of this movie is epic. Everything starts lining up, and you really want to see how this is going to conclude, because we're that invested in these characters. If I had to pick a favorite sequence, is definitely the Trojan horse sequence. That the shots and sound just went absolutely insane. It was just a spectacle. This movie is great when it wants to be, but it also is just, it's not safe from just being just good. One is not replaying the same Matt Damon scene over and over, and also one is not showing the crew just going all
Stroke! Stroke! Stroke!
I can't deny the story is great. Those big sequences are epic, especially in IMAX, just as epic as you need them to be. But I think that Nolan does too much ear rape in his sound. I know you want the sound to be loud, but oh my god. The Cyclops scene in particular, my ears felt like they were being thrusted into. It was, ugh. In the end, guys, I enjoyed the Odyssey. It was a good time at the movies. I had fun with it. I enjoyed it. Now, it's over. I don't know if it's up there with Nolan's grand movies. Maybe it is for you, but me, I don't know if I rewatch this again. We'll see. The Odyssey gets a B.